The Oblivious status effect is a negative status effect for survivors. It is represented by this symbol, and what it does is prevent the affected survivor from hearing the killer's terror radius. Since survivors will not be able to hear the terror radius under this effect, they are also unaffected by any perks that trigger off of the terror radius, such as Stakeout and Diversion. These perks will no longer gain progress no matter how close you are to the killer. Oblivious will also prevent Borrowed Time from triggering. Any terror radius based perk will not trigger. This also goes for the killer side too. Any killer based perks that rely on the terror radius to apply their effects will no longer work. For example, Overwhelming Presence, Unnerving Presence, and Coulrophobia. As killer, you have to be aware that the survivors will still be able to see Red Stain. The only thing that Oblivious does is take away your terror radius. The Oblivious status effect is applied to survivors through killer powers and perks. So let's take a look at the killer powers first. I'm going to start with the Demagoguing, since this is the killer that brought Oblivious into the game. As you know, the Demagoguing can place portals on the ground and traverse between them. Well, whenever a survivor is standing on a portal that the Demagoguing has used, they will have the Oblivious status effect applied to them. This effect only remains while the survivor is on the portal and falls off immediately when the survivor leaves the portal's area. So short and sweet for the Demagoguing. Now on to the next killer, Freddy Krueger. Survivors who are in Freddy's dream world will permanently have the Oblivious status effect applied to them. Whenever Freddy is within 32 meters of a survivor that is in the dream world, they will instead hear a non-directional lullaby instead of a directional terror radius. So survivors are not totally in the dark when it comes to Freddy's location, but it will be harder to tell exactly where Freddy is. If a survivor manages to wake themselves up, then the Oblivious status effect will fall off immediately, and they can hear Freddy's terror radius once again. That sums up what killer powers can cause Oblivious. Now let's take a look at the perks. Nemesis, one of the Oni's unique perks, says
a survivor who blinds or stuns you using a pallet or locker becomes your obsession. Anytime a new survivor becomes the obsession, they are affected by the Oblivious status effect for 40, 50, or 60 seconds, and their aura is shown to you for 4 seconds. The killer can only be obsessed with one survivor at a time.
Hex Retribution, one of the Deathslinger's unique perks, says any survivor who cleanses a dull totem will suffer from the Oblivious status effect for 35, 40, or 45 seconds. If any Hex totem is cleansed, including this one, the auras of all survivors are revealed for 10 seconds. And the last perk we have is Deathbound, one of Pyramid Head's unique perks. It says when the survivor heals another survivor for 1 health state at least 32 meters away from the killer, the survivor performing the healing action will scream, revealing their location and activating Deathbound for the next 60 seconds. During that time, the survivor will suffer from the Oblivious status effect when further than 16, 12, or 8 meters away from the healed survivor.
Pyramid Head also has a very rare add-on called the Lost Memories book that says survivors affected by the Rites of Judgment suffer from the Oblivious status effect for 15 seconds. Currently, this is the only add-on that applies Oblivious.
And that is everything about the Oblivious status effect. If this video helped you out, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. And make sure you share this video with anyone who needs to know more about the Oblivious status effect, and comment below if you have any questions so I can help you out. If you need more information on other status effects in the game, then check out my status effect playlist, which will soon have every status effect in it. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, good luck out there in the fog, and see ya next time.